this live self-defense training video, you'll be training with your homemade self-defense walking stick. Now, the walking stick for self-defense is a simple piece of dowel rod that you can pick up at any hardware store, home improvement, do-it-yourself kind of store, and a little bit of sandpaper. You sand it first with a really coarse grit, like 220, then you go to a 120, make it a little bit smoother, and then finish off with about, or go from 80 to 120 to about 220. So 80, the lower the grit, the better it takes off the rough stuff. And then it gets finer as you go higher in number. So 220 grit is your final piece. You do each one for about 30 seconds, blow off the dust, wipe it with a clean rag, and then soak this in some kind of mineral oil or put some coconut oil on it, but you wanna get a lot of oil on it and leave it there, and then soak it over and over again, wipe it off with a rag, and then it becomes more flexible and stronger over time. But it's basically a homemade self-defense walking stick. And this is how to hit somebody with a stick for self-defense. How to hit somebody with a stick for self-defense using your self-defense, homemade self-defense walking stick, or the Japanese Hanbo. It's 36 inches. This one is 1.25 inches in diameter, and it's made out of hickory. I'm gonna stand behind the threat. I'm walking down the street minding my business. You have your hand on the top of your walking stick, leaning on it a little bit. There are 3 ways you're going to get into a better position to defend yourself. The first is by sliding your hand down the front. You can then put it in the other hand by simply pointing your thumb at the threat and then step in with a thrusting motion, pulling to your shoulder, chopping like you're chopping down a tree or chopping him down for self-defense. You can pull it into your chest and push both hands right through his face. Those are 3 of many immediate, direct, explosive techniques you can use to defend yourself when you learn how to hit somebody for self-defense with a walking stick, using your homemade self-defense walking stick. The first way, down the front, point the thumb, and then thrust. The second way, your hand slides down the back of your walking stick. From here, it slides down, and you just pick it up and push it straight into his face for self-defense. This hard piece of oak, this 1.25 inches, nice, heavy, strong, sturdy piece of wood going against the soft, fleshy parts of his face, his eyes, his nose, his throat. Your goal is to try and remove something from him that he needs to hurt you. He's using violence against you. You're going to use violence against him. Good afternoon, Awkward the Cat. Good afternoon, everybody else. Using your self-defense, homemade self-defense walking stick, you slide your hand down the back, just pick it up and thrust. From here, you can also push and turn your hand over, which is going to bring that in fast and explosively right across the temple, the jaw, the neck. The question you need to ask yourself, I'm gonna lower the camera a little bit, is what can you remove for self-defense? What can you remove from him? His ability to see you, his ability to think clearly, his ability to be awake, his ability to breathe temporarily or permanently for self-defense, all using your homemade self-defense walking stick. From this position, I can bring it up here. This acts as a blocking motion. If he's coming in with a punch or some type of a bladed weapon, I can bring this up here and stop his forward advance, intercept it, lifting his hand, and then slide that right in and through his face or his throat or his solar plexus or into the groin, all for self-defense. Good afternoon, it's good to see you. From here, sliding down the back, this is the second way you get into a better position to defend yourself using your homemade walking stick. And you're simply thrusting here. You can turn your shoulders and hips. You want to create and generate the most amount of stopping power you can. You're going to turn your shoulders and hips to do that. You're going to extend all the way through the target to do that. And you're going to step when you do that. Stepping, rotating the shoulders and hips in full extension of the arm or of the weapon will create the most stopping power that you need in order to stop the fight for self-defense. This is how to hit somebody with a stick for self-defense. The homemade, how to use your homemade self-defense walking stick. The first way I showed you was to slide your hand down the front and then put it in the other hand. You can thrust. If you don't have time to put it in the other hand because you're guarding your head as he slashes or strikes or tries to grab, you can stick this in his face and you still bring this straight in and go right into his solar plexus. You can then come around to the top and smash with one hand, or come around to the side and smash, or come down to that leg and smash. You're going to be very strong because it's only 36 inches and you're going to be able to wield this better, to use it better than the long 6-foot martial arts staff or even the 56-inch, 54-inch martial arts Joe. Singe man, good to see you. Good, you put them together. He said put these strikes together, made a combo. So there are many ways from this position to get yourself into a better position. Two hands, I always think is best if you can. If the attack comes fast, it's a surprise attack. He pulls out the knife, stick in like this, comes straight in here. Slide your hand down the back, which is the second way, and then stick that right through his throat, or into his face, or into his eyes, or into the solar plexus, or down into his private parts, into the groin. As you step back to create distance, bring that across and end the fight with a powerful blow. Putting the other hand, thrusting through the face. Slide this hand forward and chop down over top. That's the second way to get into a better position. The first way is slide down the front. The second way is slide down the back. The third way is if you're carrying the stick like this, if you are learning how to hit somebody with a stick for self-defense using your homemade self-defense walking stick, you might be carrying it like this. Hello, Garen, it's good to see you. In this position, simply put it in the other hand. Now you can step and thrust through the face. You can use two hands as hard as you can, moving your whole body into the attack, either on this side or on the other side. From here, you can do a turning motion and bring it down over top of his head. Or maybe if he's coming in with a weapon, you can step off to the side and smash that weapon and then go in and thrust right through his nose, his face. Good afternoon, Justin. It's good to see you. But in this position, you simply put it here and you're ready to go. As you're striking, as you're thrusting, as you're pushing, as you're going through your techniques, your hand will then slide into different positions. But you're going to practice that. I'm going to teach you how to do all those things. The other way, if you're carrying it like this, is to turn your palm up. Now you have almost like an axe to chop him down to size for self-defense. This is how to hit somebody with a stick for self-defense using your self-defense walking stick or your homemade self-defense walking stick. From this position, coming in here, you can slide into this pushing and thrusting motion, almost like you're playing pool, right? And go through, creating a lot of power, having good control over your self-defense walking stick, while you're also increasing distance between you and him. Pull it back the other way, stick it down over top. You can also make a turning motion with your hands, coming up to the side of his body or down into his ribs, or coming the other way and smashing the knees. Each side, coming to each side of the head, but it's just a simple turn of the wrist to generate faster, more powerful, more effective strikes for self-defense. When you learn how to hit somebody with a stick for self-defense using your homemade walking stick for self-defense. What I want to show you now is something that I want you to practice. And I'm going to give you 3 combinations. Combination 1, your hand slides down the front, step into the threat and thrust. From this position on the thrust, pull this hand back so it slides here, come up over the top of your head, and your hand is going to go from here to here. From here, slide down. So it would look like this. Slide to the front, 1, come in, and 2. I just want you to practice that first 2-strike combination over and over again so you get really comfortable with your walking stick for self-defense. Slide it down, put it in the other hand, step on your thrust, slide back, and strike. Put it in the other hand. I'll move to the side, maybe you can see a little bit better in the mirror from behind. Slide down, thrust, slide, pull, lift, and strike. Showing you from the side, we'll make this the front. I slide, I'm just standing here, my hand is on my walking stick, I slide down the front, bring it into the other hand, step into a thrusting motion, slide this hand down, lift this hand up, it's gonna slide to the top, changing position and slide down. From this hand, same technique. Make sure you can see me. Slide here, better position, thrust, pull, change hand, over the head, down on top. Second combination I want you to practice is your hand slides down the back, behind the staff, or behind your hanbo, behind your homemade self-defense walking stick. From here, I want you to step into thrust, and then I want you to turn your wrist and let it come into your back hand. So from here, I slide here, strike. Let it come into the back hand, and then I want you to push, bring it through, and strike. Now when you do it this way, you don't have to change your hand position. That was only on the first combination. On the second combination, this one, you're gonna slide here, step into the thrust, stop his forward advance, bring that other hand up, strike, bring it back, thrust, pull, strike down on top. If you put it in the other hand, you slide down the back, step into the thrust, turn over, catching him right away, side of the head, let it slide in that back hand. From here, thrust. I forgot I was changing sides. Thrust, pull, don't lose it, and then strike. Now this is my opposite side. I don't practice this as much. That's good. That's where I want you to practice both sides evenly so that you get more comfortable with it. Once again, slide down the back. Step in and stop his attack. Stick that hard piece of wood through his flesh, his nose, his eyes, his throat. Turn the hand over. Let it come into the back hand. Step through, pushing through. Slide back and pulling your body back just a little bit. Striking on the top of his head. Knock him out. You knock him out, you don't have to worry about what else he has if there are multiple attackers. He's unconscious. Let the cops come pick him up, take him away, or you go somewhere safe. But that's your goal. If you can knock somebody out, that's the best. If you stop them, stick this in his face, smash his head, lift it up, go through the face, through the throat, down on top of the head. The last one I want you to practice is turning your palm up, and I want you to step back and lift. Now this is a little bit different, but I wanted to give you one that's a little bit more, not fancy, but and not really complex, but just different, a little bit different for your brain, so we keep that brain elasticity going. From here, turn it. Stepping back, simply lift up. When you lift up, you can see it looks like I'm making an arc. Well, I am making an arc, but that's just because my elbows aren't really moving. I'm using my shoulders to lift. Once I lift up here, I'm going to step to the side and smash down with that same strike that we finished the other two combinations. So this one's very simple. From here, put it here, lift it up, step to the angle and strike. If I put it in the other hand, I turn it here, I lift as I step back, give myself some distance, get out of the way, lift. If he's coming in to strike you here, he's coming down on the top, or he's trying to stab with a knife, this will intercept it. That stops it. Step off the angle so he's going this way and you're squared up on him as you strike him right, boom, in the middle of the forehead or the side of the head. Knock him out for self-defense. This is how to hit somebody with a stick for self-defense using your homemade self-defense walking stick. One last time. That third combination, then I have to go back and teach the kids. I love to spend more time with you because I enjoy doing this most of all, but I have to get back. All right, from here, lift, step off the angle. And by step off the angle, if I'm squared up to you, or I'm facing you, I'm not really squared up, my right foot's forward, left foot's back, I'm going to just take a step like this, from straight to this. So I go left, right, and my feet turn from facing you to off at the angle a little bit. So from here, I'm walking down the street, minding my own business. The guy jumps out, catches me off guard. He's got a weapon. I have to respond. I'm going to bring this up in a blocking motion, step off, and strike. And then immediately, I want you to practice here, the other side, blocking motion, step, and strike. That way you're practicing some angles. It's good for brain elasticity. Makes us all younger, all more vital. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know in the comments below, do you yet have a homemade self-defense hanbo? And if you made your own, what wood did you use? This one is oak. I've been looking for hickory. I can't find hickory. I want to find a really, really hard wood. They get heavier as they get harder. I have some ironwood here. That stuff doesn't even float, it's so heavy. But during the short stick, I'd love to get ironwood or something like that. And if you have a recommendation for me for the stronger wood that you've been able to pick up or that you know of, put that in the comment section below. All right, Awkward said, the cat says, I like that combo. Thank you, Awkward the cat. It's good to see you guys. I will be back hopefully later today. I don't know if today at the school I teach 5 classes or 6. I think it's 6. If I don't have 6, I'm hoping it's 5. I wouldn't mind a break. But if I